Hey, welcome to Bourbon Quarter. I'm back on Dare to Pair. I'm Shawn Horgan, your host. Tonight we're going to be looking at the subject of absinthe here at Bourbon Quarter. So we've recently acquired a French method absinthe fountain, also a brûlier or a balancier, which is a very old instrument that was actually stopped in production for the past 100 years, but a new company just came out and actually started making it again. And we're also going to do the Czechoslovakian method, which is using fire to light the sugar cube and caramelize the sugar. So we're going to begin with the absinthe fountain. We've got three different types of anisette or absinthe here. Pernod, not considered absinthe, but it is distilled from star anise, among other herbs and aromatic ingredients. Comes out with a very nice anise note to it. Pastis is unwormwooded absinthe, so very similar to Pernod in style, without the addition of wormwood, which is where the active property thujone comes into, which is where a lot of, I guess, misconceptions come with absinthe. So wormwood is essentially a herb / bud that looks a little something like this. We've acquired some through certain ways, and we use it for certain things. So Absinthe, or Absinthe, however you like to pronounce it, now comes with wormwood in North America, as you can see in the back of the bottle. There are a couple different kinds of wormwood, and some have more thujone than others, some don't have any at all. So this one here we're going to be using as our absinthe in-house. We do have other products as well. You come down to Bourbon Quarter and you pop the question, "Excuse me sir, do you have any Grey Poupon?" You might find a little treat in your hacky sack. So we're going to do a little demonstration on how to do this. So we're going to use the fountain first. I'm going to use Pernod, and you will receive 1 full ounce of absinthe with each service that you have. We sell the Pernod for about $6.50. And we're just going to divide this ounce evenly into all the glasses just to show you the full absinthe display with all 4 spigots going at the same time. It's a pretty cool process, very old school bartending techniques here at work. I'm pretty sure we're the only ones with an absinthe fountain on the eastern coast of Canada, but I could be wrong. If somebody wants to let me know, feel free. So basically what will happen here is that the sugar will dissolve. You'd have your full ounce as well, but you'll notice that it starts to go opaque in color, and that's a really nice way to enjoy absinthe. I'm more of a traditionalist in that old school French method. The Czechoslovakian method, which we'll demonstrate later, with the caramelization of the sugar, I find gives an inferior flavor. This here makes it a really nice sweet with sugar as a digestif after your meal. Without the sugar as a very nice aperitif before the meal, it really stimulates the appetite. It's a very nice anisette that you can sip on. It's not something meant to be shot, I don't believe, even though that it's become quite popular in cult followings that way. So we're going to cut this off now. We've actually been serving quite a bit of the absinthe, so we're just stirring it up. Basically, we just want to dissolve the sugar. It would dissolve a little bit better if we had the full ounce in there. We'd have to add more water too, but purely for demonstration purposes today. We'll leave the absinthe spoon in for service as well, because I think that it really adds to the presentation of the service. And customers are really eating it up. So now, next, we're going to use the brûlier system of absinthe. As I said, it's a very old device. We're going to use the pastis. Actually, we'll use the Absinthe for this one. So we'll take 1 ounce. How this device works is you put your absinthe. Absinthe always goes in the glass first. This device will have a blend of simple syrup, which is we make ours with a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar to water, boiled down and reduced to a syrup. So we're going to take a little bit of that, let's say half measure, and we're going to take about 2 ounces of water. Got a little swirl around. So this device, basically what happens here is this is a seesaw or a teeter-totter, and it will drop 1 drop down on this side, and then it will drop 1 drop down on the next side, and essentially mix the drink for you. So watch what happens here. So it's mixing the drink essentially, so it's making my job easier. And it's also a very cool instrument because I can guarantee you there's very few people in the world with these on their bars right now. And to have this in St. John is pretty exceptional. So you should definitely come down and check it out and take part. If not to take part in the Absinthe, just to take a look at it. While that's working, we're going to demonstrate the Czechoslovakian method, which is basically lighting the fire on. And where this stemmed from was back in the day, let's say pre-Prohibition, around Prohibition, somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure on the specifics. Absinthe was made with no control. So basically it was unregulated. You could have made it from anything. High alcohol content, inferior ingredients in there, and bathtub gin, pretty much. So they masked the flavor of that inferior product with caramelized sugar. Was one of the ways they could do it, because a nice absinthe with water and lengthened out would give you the nice freshness that you're looking for in anise notes. So the way to do this one, we're going to use the pastis, which is the unwormwooded absinthe. We'll take 1 measure of that. And this one here is going to go right over top of the cube. Try to saturate that with the pastis or absinthe as much as you can. Simply light this on fire. And let that burn until the flame extinguishes, and you'll notice that the sugar will start to caramelize very soon here. It'll start to bubble. And like I say, it's a different flavor than the other two that we prepared. But the same technique. You can even notice the difference in color. This is almost all of these spirits are different in color anyway, but they should, if I put water to this in the same method that I used with the other two, they'd be very similar in style, shape and form. So for presentation, I typically take a little plate like so. Cut off a little rind of lemon. Heat up the oils. Push those out. Just kind of rim the glass a little bit and leave that there for the customer. I think it adds a nice touch to the presentation and also brings out some nice flavor, especially with the water prepared absinthe. So there you have it, Absinthe at Bourbon Quarter. Hope to see you down here soon. I'm Tiki.